What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Ripple. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what the hell is happening, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Ripple's down 5.69%, 985.9 million in volume over the last 24 hours. That's been one thing that I've stated you really need to watch for is the volume, because if you have lower volume, it can be easily manipulated. That also means that you'll be seeing a lot more volatile swings. So even over the last 5 days, it has gone down 5.81%. I know it doesn't seem like all that much for crypto, but this weekend was supposed to be huge for crypto, and that was going to be piggybacking off of the hype associated to the crypto summit. So crypto summit did occur. You had Brad at the executive table. A lot of people seem to be posting about that, on how that's huge for Ripple, but at the end of the day, the whole summit wasn't anything crazy. A lot of just future promises, no actual confirmation of them going to be buying, a lot of kind of hyped up conversations, like I said, but nothing of substance that whales could really get behind and really buy it up. So since then, unfortunately, you have seen a lot of longs closing out the positions, and you can see that based on the overall liquidations. So shorts on, it looks like March the 1st, when the whole crypto summit was announced and a lot of other good updates, like shorts were like panicking and pretty much crapping their pants, and this is why they did return 45.56 million on that day. But unfortunately, there wasn't really enough for it to actually stay there, so it did regrettably go down, and now it's just longs either cutting profits or whatever else, because it is, in Ripple's case, it is kind of breaking down on a technical level, so I'll go over that in a second. But with all the fear in the broader market, Powell, of course, on Friday did state that the economy is fine, that there won't be any rate cuts for the foreseeable future, but the economy is fine. So that kind of calmed the market a little bit, but still the fear greed index is 24. So that is very low, not the lowest it has been. So it looks like a couple weeks ago, so on the 27th, it was at like 21, 20. So kind of crazy stuff at the end of the day. But no matter what, if we compare this pullback to what happened in like January, February, and leading into March, like this was, it's all the same writing on the wall, just a little bit pushed back a little bit. So at the end of the day, we had this crazy pushback, and then we move higher. So I still do feel that we are going to be following this trend, but you need good data to come out to really justify and prompt whales to get in. And with this volume right now, this 985 million, that's kind of chump change, unfortunately, for Ripple, of course. So let me know your viewpoint on that in the comments below. But even aside from that, though, it's not just Ripple that's pulling back. It is a lot of coins. So Bitcoin over the last 24 hours is down 3.1%, Ethereum 2.4%. Ripple is down 5.64, like I kind of already mentioned. So it's not all that great, but it's just, I think that the summit, if you have a bigger mentality, longer term mentality, then you do know that the government is going to be supporting crypto, and that's going to be pretty much the first time it's ever happened. So I get it that the whole summit was overhyped, but there is still a lot of good positives to kind of take from that. But I think at the end of the day, the moral of the story of the summit is that it comes down to utility. I've stated this time and time again, and unfortunately, just a lot of people don't really like to kind of listen unless I'm like pumping it, which I do not like doing on any stock, crypto, or anything. I hate pumping. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to utility. A lot of people out there, like I mentioned, are pumping like Polkadot and whatever else. It is going to come down to a select five or six most likely, and they are just going to be like, those will be the focus of what big money kind of buys up over the next little bit. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Solana, Cardano, those are kind of going to be the popular ones, and you never know, that'll be kind of crazy if Doge does make it there just because of Elon and whatever his connection to Trump. But at the end of the day, I think it's one, you just have to dollar cost average. Trying to time the bottom is near impossible, but you can always look at the technicals as a good indicator of that. So with it right now at $2.21, trading between this pivot and this S1. $1.84 is going to be that strong support. Flip side, 233 is going to be the next strong target slash resistance. When it was going down, it was flirting with that 233 mark. So in my opinion, I don't see us hitting this S1 unless data this upcoming week does come in negative, thus prompting a little bit more additional fear. So this week we have JOLT numbers on Tuesday, we have CPI Wednesday, PPI on Thursday, and then you have Michigan consumer sentiment, which is a good indication of inflation. So this week should be a very fun week at the end of the day. So let me know your general thoughts. Are you buying the dip? Are you dollar cost averaging with Ripple, or are you kind of selling out? What's your general 2 cents on all that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, if you're looking for some good kick-ass buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.